Thank you for reading this story. If you enjoy this emotional journey, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm aiming to reach 1,000 subscribers to keep sharing heartfelt stories like this one. Your support means the world. Now let's dive into the story. The phone call came at 2 a.m., a jagged knife slicing through the quiet of our apartment. My heart lurched as I fumbled for the phone, the screen's glow burning my eyes. It was Emma, her voice trembling like a leaf caught in a storm. James, I need a break. A no-contact break. I need to find myself. Her words hit like a punch, stealing my breath. I sat up in bed, the sheets cold against my skin, and managed to choke out. Take all the time you need. The line went dead, and I stared at the phone, the silence louder than her voice had been. My fiancée, the woman I'd built my world around, was slipping away, and I didn't know why. The next morning, the apartment felt hollow, like a house abandoned mid-breath. Emma's coffee mug sat unwashed in the sink, a faint lipstick stain on the rim. Her signature read, bold and unapologetic. I traced my finger over it, trying to anchor myself to her presence. We'd been together 5 years, engaged for one, planning a spring wedding under cherry blossoms. She'd always said I was her safe place, her constant. So why this? Why now? I replayed her words in my mind, searching for clues. Find myself. What did that even mean? I wanted to call her, to demand answers, but her request for no contact burned in my chest like a warning. Days bled into weeks, and the silence grew heavier. I went through the motions, work, gym, sleep, but my thoughts were a maze of doubt and longing. I missed her laugh, the way it bubbled up like champagne, and the way her hazel eyes crinkled when she teased me about my terrible cooking. But suspicion crept in, a slow poison. Why no contact? Was she hiding something? I tried to shake it off, telling myself she just needed space, but the questions gnawed at me. I started noticing things I'd overlooked. Her late nights at work, her phone always face down, the way she'd tense when I asked about her day. One evening, I couldn't take it anymore. I opened her laptop, left on the kitchen table, its screen still warm from use. My hands shook as I typed her password. Our anniversary 0718. The screen unlocked, revealing an email she hadn't logged out of. My stomach twisted as I saw the sender. Mark. Not a name I knew. The subject line read, "Miss you already." I clicked, my heart pounding like a drum. Last night was everything. Can't wait to see you again. Let me know when you're free. My vision blurred. Last night? She was supposed to be at her sister's in Portland, finding herself. I scrolled through more emails, each one a dagger. Flirty messages, plans to meet, a photo of them at a bar, her smiling in a way I hadn't seen in months. I slammed the laptop shut, my breath ragged. Denial screamed in my head. She wouldn't do this. Not Emma, who'd cried in my arms when her dad died, who'd promised forever under a starlit sky. But the evidence was undeniable, and anger surged, hot and raw. I wanted to confront her, to scream, to demand why she'd thrown us away. But her no-contact rule stopped me cold. Was this her plan? To ghost me while she built a new life with someone else? I paced the apartment, the walls closing in, each step fueling my rage. The next day, I called her best friend, Sarah, desperation overriding my pride. James, I don't know what to say, Sarah stammered, her voice tight. She's been distant with me too. Said she needed time alone. Alone. The word stung, a lie exposed. I pressed her, my tone sharp. Is there someone else, Sarah? Tell me. A long pause, then a sigh. I don't know, James. She's been weird, secretive. Check her socials. Maybe there's something there. I hung up, my hands trembling as I opened Instagram. Emma's account was private, but her stories weren't. There she was at a rooftop bar, laughing, a man's arm around her waist. The caption, "Living my truth." My heart cracked, the pieces scattering. I couldn't stay still. I drove to the bar from her story, a sleek place downtown with fairy lights and overpriced cocktails. The bartender recognized her photo when I showed it to him. Yeah, she's been here a lot lately, he said, wiping a glass. Always with some guy. Tall, dark hair, kinda smug. My jaw clenched. Know his name. He shook his head. Sorry, man. I left, the city lights blurring through my tears. I wasn't just losing her. I was losing the version of her I'd believed in. Weeks later, Emma texted, "Can we talk?" My pulse raced, a mix of hope and dread. We met at a quiet cafe, her favorite, where we'd once spent hours dreaming about our future. She looked different, her hair shorter, her eyes guarded. "James, I'm sorry," she started, her voice soft but steady. "I needed to figure out who I am without you. I met someone, but it's not what you think." I laughed bitterly, cutting her off. "Not what I think. I saw the emails, Emma. The photos. You lied." Her face paled, but she didn't deny it. "It wasn't planned," she whispered. "Mark. He made me feel seen in a way I hadn't in a while." Her words gutted me. Seen? Hadn't I seen her? Hadn't I loved her through every late-night talk, every tear, every dream? "You could have told me," I said, my voice breaking. "Instead you erased me." She reached for my hand, but I pulled away. "I didn't mean to hurt you," she said, tears spilling. I lost myself in us." I wanted to believe her, to cling to the love we'd had, but trust was a shattered glass, impossible to piece back together. I stood, my chair scraping the floor. "You found yourself, Emma. But you lost me." I walked out, the cafe door swinging shut behind me. The air outside was cold, biting, but it felt clean, like a fresh start. I didn't look back. For weeks, I'd been drowning in her absence, her betrayal, but now I felt something new: resolve. I'd rebuild, not for her, but for me. The pain lingered, sharp and deep, but so did the promise of a life beyond her shadow. As I walked home, the city buzzed around me, alive and indifferent. I thought of our cherry blossom wedding, now a ghost of a dream. But I also thought of mornings alone, coffee in hand, learning to love the quiet. Emma's betrayal had broken me, but it hadn't ended me. I'd carry the scars, but they'd remind me of what I'd survived. And in that moment, under the weight of a starless sky, I began to find myself.